Okay, everyone, come on. Hop out. Hop out. Let's go. Come on, guys. Now, are you coming in this time too? Come on, everybody. Why don't you go on the fence? Hey y'all, it's Josh from the pharmacy. I'm out here on this overcast, windy day. It's starting to feel a little bit like fall here. I'm out here with our laying hens today. I've got to take care of their house. I figured I'd show you guys what the house looks like, how we use it, and just kind of show you as I'm fixing it up. So why don't y'all come along and I'll show you how it goes. The crux of the matter today is this split leg right here. I was pulling when I move these ladies up the hills, because there's metal siding and it's all wood, it gets pretty heavy, and there's 30 something birds in there. So it's kind of hard to pull up this hill, which doesn't look like much of a hill on the camera, but it is. It's about 100-foot elevation gain. So I strap it to the four-wheeler and I haul it up the hill. Well, unfortunately the hose was out on the ground and it wrapped around this leg. You know, like, what are the odds? But that's what happened. Wrapped around the leg and ripped it off. So now it's got this big old split there, and then the other one also ripped off. So I'm just gonna brace those up and just try to make it a little bit more structurally sound. Maybe try to put some skids or something on the bottom, I don't know. But I need to be able to pull it with the four-wheeler and it not break. So that's what we're gonna do today. Lengths of board here cut. I just cut a whole bunch at basically 2 feet, and I'm going to try to end up just bracing this corner here about like that. I don't know if you can see it on the video or not. Just over kind of like that, and then cut myself a new leg. It'll be like so, and we're going to brace the leg. We're going to brace every single joint because I don't want to do this again. So hopefully this will help. We'll see how it goes. I've done enough projects that I've learned I need to lay out all my pieces before I start screwing everything down, because sure enough, I'm probably gonna mix things up and not have what I need, or I'm gonna screw it in the wrong place. So I'm gonna lay all these out and figure out where everything goes before I start screwing everything down. one and then the one on the front here. I was trying to decide how to brace this back leg, or the back side of the leg. And initially I thought that maybe just reusing this old brace might be easiest because I had cut it to fit in this little section. But now that I'm looking at it, I'm not sure if you can see on the camera here. This section of it got split when everything got caught in the hose. So I don't think I'm going to be able to screw into that. So we're going to redo and use this other brace instead. Okay, so here we got one side done. It's all right, huh? It's not too bad. I think it'll be a lot more stable than it was. At least a lot more sturdy if I get it caught on a hose again, hopefully. So now we're gonna do the same thing to that side, and that'll be that. Everybody's taking a little relaxation break under the four-wheeler here. Figured I'd show you this here now. I started taking this other side apart, and I realized I need to take the whole apparatus apart because these screws got bent. I guess it was when the hose grabbed a hold of the leg, it just put so much torque on this system, this structure here, that it ended up popping this out, and look, ripped a little bit of that board. I think that'll be okay. I'm just gonna replace the screws that hold it in so that we can at least have them straight and maybe get it tight, and then I can put the bracing on. I'm only halfway through the project here, and the building inspectors are coming out to check on it. You got anything to say? What do you think? The piece is screwed on and it looks all right. I think it'll survive for another year, hopefully. I built this thing about a year ago. So as long as it, survives and limps along for the next couple of years, that'll be all right. So now what I'm gonna do, obviously, the wood is different. It doesn't have to be pretty to work on the farm. The chickens don't mind. I read that a profitable farm has a threadbare look, which means that not everything has to be perfect. As long as it's functional, that's the main thing. So now what I'm gonna do though is I'm gonna weatherproof the wood. I usually try not to use pressure treated wood because I don't know specifically what chemicals are in it, but I just don't trust all that stuff. The ground is our biggest asset here. Many people will say we're microbe farmers, right? So we're trying to take care of the microbial life in the soil, and that's what ends up growing grass and plants for our animals, which then feeds us. So I'm trying to make sure that I don't put anything that's gonna screw with that in the ground. So instead of using pressure treated wood, I'm gonna burn the wood, and that will seal up the outside, and it may not be as resistant to rot as pressure treating, but it's still pretty good. Most of this I painted actually instead of burning it, but I've got another roof that's very similar to this that I burned, and it's doing just fine. So we're gonna burn the front end of this, and hopefully that'll make it last for a few more years. All right, everybody, watch out. Hop off. Not trying to have any Kentucky Fried Chicken out here. We got her. So the grass is smoldering a little bit. It's not a windy day. I got water nearby, so nobody panic. I was prepared just in case we had a little bit of fire catching, but usually what happens, I've done this before, is the grass just kind of burns a little bit and then it burns out. So you can see where caught fire a little bit, but then it went out. So everybody's venturing out again now. They were a little scared, reasonably so, I guess. But so got our bracing all set up there. You can see I've got it braced on 3 different sides. Well, I guess the leg is braced on 2 sides, and then the corner is braced as well. So hopefully if I snag any hoses from now on, it won't destroy it. We'll see. And now all that remains to do is just check for eggs while I'm out here. So even if they didn't give us any eggs, we would probably still have these ladies, because they pick a whole lot of the bad stuff out of the pasture. When we first moved here, we could not go outside without getting ticks everywhere. And after letting the chickens free range for like a month or 2, things were much, much better. So they were valuable, even if not for eggs. But the eggs are pretty good too. Let's see how many we got in here. Y'all are shortchanging me, ladies. Oh, there we go. That's a little better, huh? It's funny, the colored eggs don't taste any different, but it's more fun to have a basket full of different colored eggs than it is to have all the same color. Sorry, they started to roll down the hill here. Oh, everybody's coming over to check out the work we did. You guys approve? Huh? What do you think? Is it all right? Yeah? Well, that's a wrap. We got it taken care of, and it'll do. So I noticed as I was standing here, there's one spot right there in the corner that I missed with the burning. Hey, what are you stopping? They're biting my legs. There's, missed that one little spot there, and that's just the way it goes. You think you're done, you put everything up, and then you find that you missed something. But I think it'll be okay. We'll just let it ride. So anyway, hey, now he's getting after my feet here. Did you cut that out? So thank y'all for watching. If y'all have any questions about anything, feel free to shoot it to me. The whole purpose of doing this, in my mind, is to, I've really benefited from watching other folks who have been homesteading and building their farms and figuring out how to do things. So I'm just putting this out there for anybody who might be interested in doing the same thing as a reference. I don't know all the answers, and I certainly do things wrong. I miss spots. Man, I just can't figure out how to point to things on the camera. I miss spots and things like that, but I appreciate y'all watching, and I would love to get to know like-minded people on here. So if anybody is interested, just reach out, and yeah. So thank y'all for watching, and we'll see you next time.